Peace and blessings and whole lot of love. God is Hadia. I'm just going to do a series of articles that I have read. I'm going to read from a series of articles based on the different types of relationship, different forms of abuse. Because a lot of people are not aware of emotional abuse, mental abuse, psychological abuse, even spiritual abuse. And a lot of women may think they are not being abused because their man is not laying hands on them, but there's more than one type of abuse. Right now I'm going to discuss the terminology gaslight. And when I came across the article, I just was shaking my head like, there's so much manipulation going on in these relationships that people really have to start waking up. Gaslight means to manipulate someone by psychological means into questioning their own sanity. And I got an article. Let me see if this article is worth me reading. What? So, how to know if you're a victim of gaslighting. Legend, baby, that's not toys. Go get your toys. You want some paper? You want to write? I can give you one of these notebooks. Want some paper out of here? Here's a book. You can have this book. Here, I'll read to you later. Go read that book. Go read. You want a piece of paper? Gotta tell Auntie Right to give you some, this will be your book right here. And you're gonna color all the papers. Oh, here. Here. You're right. Excuse me, that was a grandson. Gaslighting is a malicious and hidden form of mental and emotional abuse designed to plant seeds of self-doubt and alter your perception of reality. Like all abuse, is based on the need for power, control, and concealment. Some people occasionally lie or use denial to avoid taking responsibility. They may forget or remember conversations and events differently than you do, and they may have no recollection, say due to a blackout if they were drinking. These situations sometimes called gaslighting. These situations are sometimes called gaslighting, but the term actually refers to a deliberate pattern of manipulation calculated to make the victim trust the perpetrator while doubting his own perception or sanity, similar to brainwashing. You can't get it? Let me see. Not writing? Let me see. You know you be going to AC, you're going to be sweating over here. Legend. There you go. Grandma did it. Gaslighting behaviors. As in the movie, the perpetrator often acts concerned and kind to dispel suspicion. Someone capable of persistent lying and manipulation is also quite capable of being charming and seductive. Often the relationship begins that way. When the gaslighting starts, you might even feel guilty for doubting the person you come to trust. To further play with your mind, an abuser might offer evidence to show that you are wrong or question your memory or senses. More justification and explanation, including expressions of love and flattery, are concocted to confuse you and reason away any discrepancies in the lie's story. You get temporary reassurance, but you increasingly doubt your own senses, ignore your gut, and become more confused. The person gaslighting you might act hurt and indignant or play the victim when challenged or questioned. Covert manipulation can easily turn into overt abuse, with accusations that you are distrustful, ungrateful, unkind, overly sensitive, dishonest, stupid, insecure, crazy, or abusive. Abuse might escalate to anger and intimidation with punishment, threats, or bullying if you don't accept the false version of reality. Gaslighting can take place in the workplace or any relationship. Generally, it concerns control, infidelity, or money. A typical scenario is when an intimate partner lies to conceal a relationship with someone else. In other cases, it may be concealed gambling debts or stock or investment losses. The manipulator is often a narcissist, addict, or sociopath, particularly if gaslighting is premeditated or used to cover up a crime. In one case, a sociopath was stealing from his girlfriend, whose partner he shared. She gave him money each month to pay the landlord, but he kept it. He hacked into her credit cards and bank accounts, but was so devious that to induce her trust, he bought her gift with her money and pretended to help her find the hacker. It was only when the landlord eventually informed her that she was way behind in her rent that she discovered the boyfriend's treachery. Oh, wow. When the motive is purely control, a spouse might use shame to undermine his or her partner's confidence, loyalty, and/or intelligence. A wife might attack her husband's manhood and manipulate him by calling him weak or spineless. A husband might undermine his wife's self-esteem by criticizing her look or competence professionally or as a mother. To further isolate the victim and gain greater control, a typical tactic is either to claim that friends or relatives agree with the manipulator, or to disparage them so that they cannot be trusted. A similar strategy is employed to undermine the partner's relationship with friends and relatives by accusing him or her of disloyalty. The effects of gaslighting. Some people watching this video right now might be getting gaslight and not even recognizing it, even though I'm sitting here reading these articles and reading the signs. Effects of gaslighting. Gaslighting can be very insidious the longer it occurs. Initially, you may not realize you're being affected by it, but gradually you lose trust in your own instincts and perception. It can be very damaging, particularly in a relationship built on trust and love. Love and attachment are strong incentives to believe the lies and manipulation. We use denials because we would rather believe the lie than the truth. We might precipitate a painful breakup. Gaslighting can damage our self-confidence and self-esteem, our trust in ourselves and reality, and our openness to love again. If it involves verbal abuse, we may believe the truth of the abuser's criticism and continue to blame and judge ourselves even after the relationship is over. Many abusers put down and intimidate their partners to make them dependent so that they won't leave. Examples are, you'll never find anyone as good as me, the grass isn't greener, or no one else will put up with you. Wow. And it goes on to say recovering from a breakup or a divorce can be difficult when you've been in denial about a problem in the relationship. Denial often continues even after the truth comes out. In the story described above, the woman got engaged to her boyfriend even after she found out what he had done. It takes time for us to reinterpret our experiences in light of all the facts. Once they become known, it can be quite confusing because we may love the charmer but hate the abuser. This is especially true if all the bad behavior was out of sight and memories of the relationship were mostly positive. We lose not only the relationship and the person we love and or share their life with, but also our trust in ourselves and future relationships. Even if we don't leave, the relationship is forever changed. In some cases, when both partners are motivated to stay and work together in conjoint therapy, the relationship can be strengthened and past can be forgiven. So if you are willing to stay with a partner who has been gaslighting you, you got to get help. Both of you got to get help. This article was taken from www.psychology.today. Toxic relationship. The article goes on to say, recovering from gaslighting and learn to identify the perpetrator's behaviors or patterns and realize that they are due to his own insecurities and shame, not yours. Then get help. It's crucial that you have a strong support system to validate your reality in order to combat gaslighting. Isolation makes the problem worse and relinquishes your power to the abuser. And then it goes on, you could join Codependence Anonymous along with seeking counseling. After you acknowledge what's going on, you'll be better able to detach and stop believing, or reacting to falsehood even though you may want to. You also realize that gaslighting is occurring due to your partner's serious character problems. It does not reflect you, nor can you change someone else. For an abuser to change, it takes willingness and effort by both partners. Sometimes when one person changes, the other also does in response. However, if he or she's an addict or has a personality disorder, change can be difficult. This is a circle. The circle is round, so it doesn't have any sides. Once victims come out of denial, it's common to them to mentally want to redo the past. They are often self-critical for not having trusted themselves or stood up to the abuse. Don't do this. Instead of perpetrating self-abuse, learn more about how to stop self-criticism and raise your self-esteem. Peace, blessings, and a whole lot of love. Goddess Hadia. Please feel free to subscribe to this channel and stay tuned for many more videos on relationships. As I learn, I'm going to share it with you.